Alright y'all, what's up? It's the Power Up Mushroom here, and as you can see by the shelf behind me, my PS4 collection is down because I've gotten so many new games. I'm actually pulling stuff out of storage boxes, so my PS1 collection could go up, and it's just a lot of work. But while I'm pulling it down, I just thought, you know what, a few people have asked me to show off my PS4 collection. They want to see what's in my collection. So I mean, this is my first collection video. I guess this is how it goes. It's gonna be completely uncut, so no jump cuts or anything like I usually do. So I mean, I guess sit back, relax, have some popcorn or something, and I guess enjoy this long video. It should be like 25 minutes or something of just my PS4 collection. I'll just talk about the games as, you know, I bring them out. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So these are no specific order, really. There's no specific order for this PlayStation 4 collection because, like I said, I'm reorganizing everything. Usually when I organize my PlayStation 4, all of it goes by genre. I don't do alphabetized. I mean, I used to, but as like my collections grew a little bit bigger, I kind of just liked having selections, or like, you know, like a little section for like my fighting games, my shooters, my multiplayer, you know, like all that stuff. But you know what, yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and we'll just get started. We'll go ahead and talk about the games as, you know, as we go on. So I guess the one at the top right here, we got Resident Evil. I'm not putting them on the shelf, guys, by the way. I'm gonna just like set them on one side in an organized pile. But yeah, Resident Evil Biohazard. I thought it was pretty cool when they announced that it was going to be called Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, because Biohazard's what it's known as in Japan. So it's actually pretty cool. I like that little name, the extra name they added to it. My friend actually, he got this version for me for my birthday. I have another version, but yeah, this is the basic version of Resident Evil 7. And if you haven't played Resident Evil 7, I actually kind of recommend it, especially if you guys were a little disappointed on how Konami canceled PT, like, or Silent Hills. Definitely, I think it's something. They were already doing the first-person thing that I think they had said that in an interview, but this definitely is a Resident Evil-like game, and it's probably the best Resident Evil we've gotten since, like, I'd say 4. 5 was alright. 6 was, it was more actiony, if you know what I mean. But definitely 7 takes it back to its roots, even though it's in first person. So yeah, I'll put that there. And looks like the next one I got is Mighty Number 9. That doesn't need to go on the shelf. Alright, so I'm kidding, guys. If you guys like Mighty Number 9, that's totally fine. Mighty Number 9, I don't really have a problem with it. I just guess it's just the whole story behind it. Other than that, if it was just released as, you know, itself, and we didn't know anything of what was happening or the company or like the guy, nothing, like we knew nothing about that stuff, and it was just some random game that was just thrown out there. It's an okay game, other than the Wii U version, because that one doesn't work. So yeah, don't get the Wii U version if you're getting Mighty Number 9. This one is actually a game that came out, I'm pretty sure it came out this year. Yeah, it actually came out this year. Dragon Ball FighterZ, one of the best Dragon Ball fighting games out there. Dragon Ball FighterZ, what was it? It was developed, well, Bandai Namco. I want to say Dimps no, they did not have any hand in this one. But the people behind like the Guilty Gear series helped with this one. And let me just tell you, it's weird seeing a Dragon Ball Fighter game like just come out and be like a really high competitive game for, you know, like the fighting, for like the FGC. But it's really cool. I actually think that's freaking awesome that we got a Dragon Ball Fighter that is like up to par with other fighting games, and it's awesome. If you guys haven't played this one, I definitely recommend that you get it, especially if you were disappointed with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, because Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, you know, everything that took away from the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that you wanted to see in Infinite, this game actually put it in there. So like, just think Marvel vs. Capcom just with your favorite Dragon Ball fighters with like 7 different versions of like Goku and Vegeta. So definitely, if you guys haven't tried it, check it out. I'll put that like somewhere right there. This one, I don't really got to say much about this one. This one, we all know what it is. It's God of War. God of War 4, or just God of War because they renamed it. You know, like they do that edgy, like just harken back to the original type thing where they just go back. God of War. Anyways, Norse mythology, that's what they're dealing with now. Greek mythology, we all know what happened to that. Spoiler alert. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything, but God of War definitely. If it's one of those games that you guys thought was like so hyped up that you're just like, I'm not gonna play it. I just feel like I'm burned out on hearing about it. I'm just guys, give it a shot. I'm telling you, just give the game a shot. Go in there with a fresh mind, and trust me, this game is one of those games that it just blew me away because I had no expectations from the game because I just kept on hearing praise and praise and praise for the game and how great it was, and it kind of burned me out. But I was just like, you know what? No, I was excited for this game when they released the trailer. I'm gonna try it out, and right as I started the game, I was hooked. It was probably one of the best story-driven games that's out there on the PlayStation 4, and really probably out there in like gaming right now. So definitely, I recommend that you guys try this out. If you guys haven't played the original God of Wars, you're not really missing out on anything except for a few references. But I do feel like in the future, if they obviously they're gonna make more God of Wars, the entire Greek mythology, I feel like it's gonna come around. I feel like that entire third or the first trilogy is just gonna tie it all in. Like they're gonna tie it in somehow with the second trilogy. I just have a feeling. So definitely, you can feel free to give this one a shot. If you want, go back to the old ones. If you can't do it, you're not really hurting yourself. Like I said, this is kind of its own thing. So definitely give this game a shot. So we'll set that like right there. You guys can't even see where I'm setting it. God Eater 2. I kind of compare this more to like a Monster Hunter type game. It's really how I say basic. I'm not super into it. I played a little bit of it with a few friends. God Eater 2. Like I said, you just basically what, like, I don't even remember actually. Now I'm starting to think about it. What do? All I know is that you just hunt monsters. I totally forgot how. It's been a while, guys. I don't even know when this game came out. When did it come out? It came out what, like in they don't even have a date on here or a year. Do they have it on the disc? You know, usually they have that kind of stuff on the disc, and I don't see it because the lighting gave me that glare or whatever, the thing that sticks in your eyes. But anyway, like I said, not that big of. I mean, it's okay. I guess I just don't have enough friends to play it with. I've only played with like a few, and it was like a one-time thing. But definitely, if you guys have played it, you guys know anything about it, let me know in the comments section. That way, maybe I will give this a shot in the future. But my game log is backed up, so we'll see if I get to this one day. All right. Next up, we have. You know what? I'm gonna just bring this one out single-handedly. So we have Dark Souls Remastered. Definitely. A game I think you guys should probably pick up if you guys are into the Dark Souls series, you guys never like really got super into it, but you wanted to jump in. Dark Souls Remastered is actually a really decent game. Despite what other people have said, I know a lot of people are a little disappointed in the remastered. I am a little bit to an extent. It really is just a port. They didn't really do anything special other than change a few things like certain graphics, but I don't get why they changed certain graphics in the game if they were going to do it to the whole game. So definitely, if you guys are into Dark Souls, you should probably pick this up, especially if you want to own the entire trilogy on the PlayStation 4. Dark Souls 2, same thing. These are basically like Legend of Zeldas. I'd compare them to like darker Legend of Zeldas if Legend of Zelda stayed on the path it was going with like Twilight Princess. Dark Souls 2 is probably like my favorite in the series. I know a lot of people hated Dark Souls 2, but to me, it was one of those games that like I played Dark Souls 1, I hated it. Then I jumped into Dark Souls 2, I loved it. Went back to Dark Souls 1, beat that game, then went to Dark Souls 3. And it's one of those things that where Dark Souls 2, it has a real significance like to the entire story arc of the Dark Souls series if you pay attention to it. If you guys don't understand the story to Dark Souls, look up Vidme videos. So that's Vaati and then Vidya. I'm pretty sure that's how you spell it. He'll cover all the lore that you could ever expect from the Dark Souls series, and he does a really good job narrating it and telling you a story. It's almost like hearing bedtime stories of like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. But definitely Dark Souls 2, it is my favorite in the series. I freaking love this game a lot. Then we have Dark Souls 3. I actually have the steelbook over there with the statue, but I didn't feel like getting it. Dark Souls 3, like probably my second favorite. Oh, like they're all great. I freaking love them all. And Dark Souls 3 is just one that I'm gonna just tell you straight up. The last boss at the end, when you find out who the boss actually is, if you played the entire Dark Souls series, it was one of those things that just kind of it blew my mind. I was just like, what? You know, it was really cool. And I got the best out of this game. I played the crap out of it. I think I'm putting like maybe like 800 and 900 hours into Dark Souls 3 on both consoles put together. So, because I have it on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Reasons, we're friends, either have it on one console and, you know, stuff like that. And I go achievement hunting on the game a lot. So I definitely, and this one, I think I know it like inside and out. That one for sure. I know this game like the back of my hand. I hardly ever die now on Dark Souls 3 unless I'm playing it naked. So, yeah, so Dark Souls 3, definitely, guys, one that I think if you guys just want to play the newest one, you just want to get like the best out of it. Dark Souls 3, even though you haven't played the others, this one's definitely a great one that's to start off with. I think there's a little spot right here. That's weird. Yeah, there's a little spot right there. I'm going to have to clean that. I wonder where that came from. Next we have Until Dawn. Until Dawn, never finished this game. I actually think I'm at the very end of Until Dawn. It's almost like a point-and-click adventure. So it's basically, think of like a horror flick, like an old school horror flick with like the teenagers, cabins in the wood type thing with like Jason or something. Definitely, it's an interesting game. I do think that you guys should probably check it out if you haven't. Until Dawn is like probably like $8 at the store. It's this game is dirt cheap. I got this thing for cheap at GameStop. So definitely, if you guys haven't played it, you just want to like relax, kind of watch a movie type thing where you interact with it. It's definitely a great game that I think you guys should jump into because it tells a really good story, and the actors, they're all great actors. They do a fantastic job at portraying their characters in this game. So definitely check out Until Dawn. I want to say that the people behind Until Dawn are the ones who made Detroit Become Human, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. And then here we go. We have The Last of Us. Last of Us. We all know what it is. If you guys haven't played The Last of Us, and you guys, again, if you're one of those people that kind of got like super hyped, or like you just heard overall praise and you just ignored the game, give the game a shot. Like, I'm telling you guys, just give these games a shot and just go in there with a fresh mind and have your own opinion about it if you haven't played it. Really, I don't know anyone who hasn't played The Last of Us except for my Xbox friends, but even then, they freaking want to play the heck out of this game. It is a fantastic game. It's really awesome. I'm kind of looking forward to part 2, but I would have been okay if they just kept it with this one. But definitely, The Last of Us Remastered is probably one to get on your PS4. And let me tell you, as a competitive multiplayer, it gets pretty competitive. So be ready to be screaming at your mic when you hop into this game, guys. It gets brutal. All right, next up, I have 7 Days to Die. This one I just got because it was dirt. It was like on sale for like $4. I forgot where I found it. I think I found like a mom and pop shop or whatever. You know, like the small like stores. If not, then I got it at GameStop. It was one of those. You know what? I didn't get it at GameStop because usually I put the receipts in there. But yeah, 7 Days to Die. Just think like Minecraft almost with like survival type instincts with zombies and stuff. I played it with one of my friends. It doesn't run well on the Xbox One, so I played on there. Then I got on the PS4. It's okay, but I just feel like I don't have enough friends to play it with because it's just me by myself. So definitely, if you guys are going to get this game, I recommend you get it with friends. Even at that, just be prepared to like just play a game that isn't fantastic on graphics or anything. It's just a survival game, if you know what I mean. So 7 Days to Die. If any of you guys like have that game, you know what? Let me know. What do you guys think about it? Because I haven't really dived deep into it. I'll probably put like maybe 12 hours into the game. That's it. And both versions combined. Then I have the Resident Evil Deluxe Edition. I do like this cover a little bit more. I just wish that PlayStation would stop doing this. I don't like the VR stuff stickers that are around it. It's almost like the Batman Arkham City stickers where like they're all over the place. I don't like that. Like the cover is just shrouded. I already told you guys about this game. The disc, actually, you know what? I think the disc looks a little bit different. If I'm correct. Let me look real quick before this thing. No, it's the same. It looks the same. Never mind, guys. Yeah, don't worry about it. This just comes with the code. That's it. All right, we're gonna speed this up a little bit. Dead or Alive 5. So this is basically just a fighting game, the 5th series or the 5th entry in the Dead or Alive series. I am going to be getting Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball 3, so just letting you guys know that. Dead or Alive 5, it's a pretty cool fighting game. I think it's more simpler than Tekken, but it's one of those 3D fighters, probably the last of its kind, right next to Tekken and Soul Calibur. So definitely check out Dead or Alive 5 if you guys are into fighting games. It's definitely a cool game when you have friends and you're just playing on the couch. So definitely try that. Like I said, it's it's real simple. It's way more simpler than Tekken and simpler than Soul Calibur. It's more like one button presses type stuff where you can do combos and crap. But there is a strategy to it. It's easy to pick up but hard to master, if you know what I mean. So definitely try out Dead or Alive 5. It's a pretty good game. Alright, next we have, recently I had gotten Wolfenstein, the New Colossus. I did not play the First Order. I think it was the First Order or the Last Order or something. I want to play that first before I play this one, so I can't tell you much about this other than that I got the collector's edition, and it actually looks really cool. They actually give me a few stuff with it. You know what? I'm not gonna open that real quick, but there's a steelbook version of it, so that's what it looks like. Again, I haven't played it. I haven't even played Doom. Like I have a poster right there, but I haven't even played it. I need to play that game. Next up, I have BioShock, the collection. Never beat a BioShock game in my life. I've never beaten them. I haven't played the first one or the second one. I played Infinite, and I missed out on Infinite, like the ending, because I never finished the game. And this is the reason I bought this, is to finish the BioShock series. So definitely, when my game, like probably towards the end of the year, I'll probably pick up when like games are slow at release. Because I'm still looking forward to Spider-Man, Dragon Quest XI, and Red Dead Redemption. Those are like my top games I'm waiting for, and Yakuza 2. So I'll definitely get to this, guys, when I get to it. But I know that it's a really great game. I played Infinite quite a bit. Like I said, I just never finished it. But I will get to it, I promise you guys. Because a lot of people think I'm crazy when I say I haven't beaten BioShock or any of the games. Next up, there's a multiplayer shooter. Rainbow Six Siege. It was broken at launch, but over time they updated the game. I definitely think that if you guys are into like strategic shooters, Rainbow Six Siege is probably the one to get. It's probably like Modern Warfare 1 Search and Destroy or Modern Warfare 2 Search and Destroy. It's just better. It's more realistic, and I do like the way they've updated the game over time. They had an update a little while ago that did break your PS4 a little bit, but they fixed it, and no harm, no foul. I mean, like, my PlayStation 4 is fine, but definitely pick up this game. I think it's pretty cool. The price probably goes up. It goes up and down. It varies depending on the updates. You know, before it used to be like dirt cheap. I got it when it was like $16. Next up, we have Killing Floor 2. If you guys just want like a basic, just shoot them up, like just shoot zombies and stuff, Killing Floor 2 is the game for you. Like, it's just think shooting zombies, that's it. That's all it is. I had the PC version. I really like the PC version. Then I got it on the PS4 to play with friends. And let me tell you, it is probably one of the better games. Like I said, just shoot them up, have fun, play some metal music in the background, whatever you guys want. But it's definitely a great time to play with friends. So give this one a shot if you guys haven't already. And then we have the Grand Theft Auto game, Grand Theft Auto 5. Definitely the story, I will say I loved the story for this game. It's a little messed up, but I say Franklin is my favorite character because he's probably the most sane out of the bunch. Definitely, if you guys haven't tried this one, give it a shot if you've never played a Rockstar game. If you've never played a Rockstar game, you should probably give this one a shot. Although people will probably destroy you online because they have lots of money. Alright, so one I recently saw go down on price was Destiny 2. This one's like $10 at the store. I definitely say $10. It's not bad. It's definitely a steal if you could buy this game for $10 at GameStop for brand new. So if you guys haven't played Destiny 2, I'd say now's the time to get it for $10. Just expect to buy the season pass, expansion packs, and all that stuff. Especially with the new Forsaken DLC coming out. It's gonna be another $60, but definitely Destiny 2. It was okay. Just I don't know. You're probably better off buying the collection. Gravity Rush 2, I have not played it. I've heard a lot of great things about it, but I haven't played it yet. I'll get to it when I get to it. It's actually one of the games in my backlog. Earthdawn. I found this for like $3, I think. It was like $3. I don't have the receipt in here. This game, I saw the cover. Cover looked interesting. The name sounds cool, but it's one of those games that like it's made on those cheap PC hardware things. I haven't dived into it. If you guys have played it, let me know. I haven't really touched it. I saw how the reviews on it. The art style doesn't stand out to me. The way the art style looked right here is completely different the way it looks in game, and it just threw me off. So it's not something I was really interested in to play. But I have it now. It was like $3, so why not? I actually think I got it at GameStop for those buy two get one free deals. So I didn't really do anything on that. So it's either the $2 or I got it for free. Oh, next up we have, I think we have them both right here. Yeah, we have the entire Mega Man series right here. So we have both Mega Man collections and then the X collections. So definitely, if you guys have never played Mega Man, these are where to start. If you guys want the NES games, these are the ones to play. If you're wondering which one's the best, I'd say Legacy Collection 2 has the better interface, but Legacy Collection 1 has the better Mega Man games. This one has 1 through 6. This one has 7 through 10. So I think out of the like 7, 8, 9, and 10, 10 is my favorite. I specifically like the art design that they went with 10, like with the posters and everything. If I can get a Mega Man 10 poster, that'd be awesome. If I could show you a picture, I would, but I don't have it. Just search up Mega Man 10. You'll see the kind of art they had. I like the style they were going for, but I'd love to see a Mega Man Legends game based on that art style. It'd be really cool. So if you guys haven't played Mega Man, definitely pick them up. It's a run and gun shooter, so that's the basics of it with awesome music. Alright, next up we have Final Fantasy, or the World of Final Fantasy. This game is actually one of the very, very underrated games on the PlayStation 4. If you guys haven't played World of Final Fantasy, just think like Pokemon mixed with like Final Fantasy type stuff. It's really cool. World of Final Fantasy is one that I think people got, like, they hated it, or they just didn't pay attention to it because they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake like right after they showed the trailer for this one. So this one, not a lot of people picked it up, but definitely if you guys haven't, give this one a shot. I'm pretty sure a lot of you Final Fantasy veterans out there will actually really love this game. Alright, next up we have Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. There's really nothing I can say about this one other than if you haven't played it, you should probably go pick it up. Alright, here's a game I was waiting for to come to North America for a long time because they had it only in Japan for the PSP, and that's Final Fantasy Type 0. This game, I'm going to say that the opening to this game is probably my favorite Final Fantasy openings of all time. Right next to the Crisis Core opening. This one is actually really dark. It was actually supposed to be tied in with Final Fantasy 15, and you can kind of tell by the art style, but I think they kind of did something else with it, but I still like to think that it's tied in. This just takes place, it's like a prequel to 15, if you're going off the Fabula Nova Crystallis series or whatever that you're, you know, the whole thing. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this game is basically, it's part of the Final Fantasy 15 and 13 games. It's tied into them somehow, like real loosely. But definitely this game, I thought it was pretty decent. Just think, it has like Kingdom Hearts combat, but I think it was really underappreciated when it came out. Next, we have another game that it's like an arena type fighting game. It's called Gundam Versus. It's basically for all the Gundam fans. You just go around, you shoot stuff. It's like an online multiplayer. There really isn't a lot of stuff to do in this game, but it's not worth $60. But if you can find it for like 10 bucks and you're a Gundam fan, I do recommend that you guys pick this up because it is kind of a lot of fun. If you have the right friends with it, you can pick your different Gundams. They have different styles and everything, but it just lacked a lot of content at launch. Injustice 2. I do have all the characters in this one. It's pretty cool the kind of characters they introduced in here. They had Hellboy for DLC. One thing I don't like is that NetherRealm keeps on putting their Mortal Kombat characters inside the Injustice series. And my opinion about that is, like, if you're going to make Mortal Kombat characters, you're going to throw them in like this DC universe or the Injustice games, just make them a DC versus Marvel Mortal Kombat or something. I hope I wasn't saying Marvel characters. But yeah, Injustice 2, let me just say the story is probably the best Justice League story you'll ever have in a game or like in cinema. I really loved the story for this game. It was awesome. We have Destiny, the Taken King. I mean, I can't really say much about that. Here we got Guilty Gear, XRD Sign, an underrated fighting game that a lot of people really need to play. I do think that it's one of the better Guilty Gear games. For people who haven't played Guilty Gear, this is probably the place I tell you to start, or probably try Blaze Blue. Try that, or just get the new Guilty Gear. That's cool too. So definitely, if you guys haven't played Guilty Gear, try it out. it's something that I really think you guys need to try for yourself to understand and appreciate. Next, we have the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. I did a review on this. You guys should go check it out. Link in the description. Oh, crap. Next, we have Tekken 7. My favorite fighting game probably right now as of this moment. But the Tekken series is probably like my favorite overall. I just have a lot of memories with me and my cousin, like just kind of, we would just sit around and play this. Me and my cousins would just sit around, play this game, fight each other, see who would get to do chores or whatever. You know, it was that type of stuff. If we had a problem, we settled it on Tekken. That's how it went. Okay. Here's one of the little obscure ones. It's called Assault Suit Lanos. This is actually a remake. You can actually go back to the original graphics. This game was actually released on the Sega Genesis, and it was called like Battle Earth or something. I think it was Earth. No, Earth Defense or something like that. If I'm correct. I can't remember correctly. And they did release a sequel, but it was only on the Sega Saturn, I think. So I'm still waiting for a sequel to this one if they make one, but I don't think this game sold very well. But definitely, if you guys are into like run and gun type shooters or just shoot 'em ups, definitely give this game a shot. It's actually really good when you consider that this game came out in like 1992 or 3 back in the day. So definitely check it out. Alright, next up we have Titanfall 2. It is actually a very decent game. If you guys have not picked up Titanfall 2, all I can say is that give this game a shot. Think Transformers with soldiers. Like, it's really cool. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Destiny, the collection. If you're gonna get Destiny or jump into Destiny 2 or something, but you want a full experience, the first one, the collection is actually pretty good. I think it's on sale for like 20 bucks now or something. So definitely check this one out instead of like the other ones, because this is the more complete game. We have Shadow of the Colossus right here. This is one of those games that if you guys haven't played it on the original PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 version is where to go. The graphics, they're man, I mean, I can't believe we're at that point where the graphics look freaking real as heck. It's definitely a game where like the story is told just through your gameplay, with music and everything. Probably has one of the best soundtracks of all time. So definitely try this out. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just think you're fighting the Iron Giant with like 16 boss battles or whatever. It's really cool and it's really sad. Next up, we have a game that I can't tell you anything about because I haven't played it. The Witcher 3. I'll get to it, I promise. And then one of my favorite games right now, Nier Automata, or Automata, however you want to call it. Definitely, guys, if you guys like hack and slashes, or you guys are into like the old school Devil May Cry games, pick this game up. Do yourself a favor and try it. It's definitely a really unique game that I think a lot of people will enjoy. It's actually on the Xbox One now, just digitally, I think. I'm pretty sure it got released already, digitally. Now, if you couldn't get enough of Dark Souls, I do think that you guys should pick up Nioh. Nioh, at the time when I got this game, it was actually one of those games that sold out completely by surprise in Las Vegas. But over time, yeah, they restocked, so you can find this game fairly often everywhere. They do have a collection pack, so get that version. It's the more complete version. Just think like Dark Souls mixed with Ninja Gaiden. This game is hard though, so definitely do not play a drinking game when you play this game. I haven't even beat this game yet, so I will get to it eventually. So next up we have a Star Wars Battlefront, both of them. Oh look at that, we hit the jackpot. We got the EA collection here. So we have Battlefield 4 and then we have Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1, 20 bucks for everything. Battlefield 4, I think it's like 10 bucks now, just for standard version. I'm trying to speed this up a little bit. So we have Fallout 4 Game of the Year Edition. Definitely, if you guys are a little disappointed about Fallout 4, give it a second chance and buy the Game of the Year Edition. It comes with all the DLC. If you guys don't like it still, I can't really tell you much other than like, I'm sorry, but I actually enjoyed this game a little bit. My cousin killed it a little bit for me because he spoiled the ending, but with all the DLC included like this, I think this is the optimal way to play Fallout 4, especially with mods. And definitely it's something that I think that a lot of people should experience if they've never played Fallout 4. So get the Game of the Year Edition. If you never played Fallout in general, buy Fallout New Vegas, play that one first. Collect the Ultimate Collection, by the way, with all the DLC. Next up, we have Shadow of War. I just beat the Shadow Wars in this game. I finished the game completely, 100%. So it was really cool. I actually like this game a lot. The grind at the end just sucked, though. I mean, oh my god, it was such a pain, but I got through it. I freaking love the game. I have the DLCs. I haven't played through them yet, but I will. I just recently passed it like a couple days ago. So this one, definitely get a shot, or give it a shot. Think like Lord of the Rings, just you creating your own army and then participating in the battle of the 5 armies. That's how cool this game is. Alright, next up, we have Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World is, it has to be Game of the Year this year. This game is, I think it's one of my favorite games so far. I think it's my favorite Monster Hunter game of all time. It's really cool. Right next to Monster Hunter Generations. If you guys haven't played this, definitely get a few friends together and jump into this game together. It's the best way to play it. That's all I can tell you guys. It also supports solo play, so if you guys just don't have internet or something, or I don't know how you're watching this if you don't have internet, maybe on your internet provider on your phone, pick up Monster Hunter World. It's on the Xbox One, PC, and PS4 right now. Next up, we have Shantae. I have it out of the box. It's a thing of platformer, side-scrolling platformer. Really cool. This is like a remastered version. They have like 3 games in here, I think. So definitely, if you haven't played Shantae, Half Genie Hero, try it out, guys. It's really cool. Actually, you know what? I actually think this is its own game all alone. Yeah, no, my bad. I thought it was it had the Pirate's Curse or something in here. Unless I'm wrong. It's been a while, guys. It's been a minute since I've played this game. So, you know what? Don't quote me on that. Just play the game. Alright. Here's one my friend told me to keep on playing, but I just never did, which I'm looking forward to the sequel this year. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Probably one of the best Tomb Raider games that I've ever played was this one right here. This one is definitely a really great Tomb Raider game, and I recommend that if you haven't played this one, just jump right into it. It's really awesome. It's almost like they're really trying to compete with Uncharted. Like, they are trying so hard, and they really outdid themselves in this one. I really love this game a lot. So definitely try out Rise of the Tomb Raider. Speaking of Uncharted, we actually have the Uncharted collection right here. I don't have the Lost Legacy yet. I'll get it when it's like maybe $6 or $10 one day. I'm not really too hyped up to play it because it came out too soon. But if you never played the Uncharted series, just think of like Indiana Jones, just with Nathan Fillion, when Nathan Fillion is even acting in there. Who's it? I'm trying to think who was acting as Drake in this game. Just know that the guy who plays Nathan Drake is almost exactly like Nathan Fillion. Or is it? I don't even know. But just try these games out. They're really cool. The collection is like maybe what, $20, and this one is probably, I've seen it like as low as like $10. So give it a shot, guys. It's one of the better PlayStation 4 games out there. All right, next up we have actually a recent purchase I just got, Sonic Mania. And if you guys look, I'm gonna just pull this out real quick. Whoa, that was too close. They actually have like the reverse cover art for like a Sega Genesis cart. So that was really cool. It's real nostalgic to see Sonic Mania like that. It's reverse cover art, guys. So normally it would look like the yellow background right here, but they threw the reverse cover art, so I'm using that one. Sonic Mania, just think it's the proper Sonic the Hedgehog 4. It is one of those games that I will say that if you guys were a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan in the Genesis era, play this game because it will not disappoint you. So, I just grabbed a stack of games here, guys, because I gotta wrap it up. I think we're gonna be hitting like 30 minutes soon. So we have Yooka-Laylee. It's like a platformer made by the original developers of like Banjo-Kazooie. This game is okay. It's not bad, but it's definitely not as good as Banjo-Kazooie, but definitely something I think you guys should have in your collection. Next up we have Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn. It's a beat 'em up. Definitely something that I think you guys should check out. It's a really cool game. I like it. I think it might be my guilty pleasure if people think it's a bad game. Then we have Valkyria Chronicles. Real strategic type game. It is the remastered version. Whoops. Let me just like fix this real quick because something's up. Uh, Valkyria Chronicles, the remastered collection. Think of like it's almost like a World War II game, but with anime. But it's real strategic, almost like Final Fantasy Tactics, mixed with like the type of gameplay that you saw in Mario and Rabbids Kingdom. So definitely check this out, almost like XCOM, but it's really cool. So definitely check this game out, guys. I really think that you guys, it has a small cult following. I heard that there's a sequel or a part 4 coming out soon. Then we have Senran Kagura, Peach Beach Splash. I also have, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and show this one off. I actually have the No Shirt, No Shoes, or yeah, what was it? No Shirt, No Shoes All Service Edition of this game. This game is probably the best game on the PlayStation 4 as we speak. So, think Splatoon on the PlayStation. We have Secret of Mana. This game got a lot of hate. I don't understand. I wasn't really expecting like a Final Fantasy type remake of this game, but I do enjoy it. It's not the best remake, but I think it does its job. I'm not really complaining about it. I just enjoyed the game. Then we have Persona 5. If you guys haven't played Persona or any of the Persona games or like Shin Megami Tensei games, jump in on this one and just be prepared to like have this really in-depth JRPG. Like if you've never played a JRPG, I'd say this is the one to jump into. So give that one a shot, guys. Then we have Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness. I never finished this one. It didn't really draw me in like the other Star Ocean games. I think Star Ocean: The Last Hope was probably like one of the, well, the one right before this one was good, and the third one is my favorite. Right next to the, no, actually, you know what? First Departure is my favorite. Third one's like my second favorite. But Integrity and Faithlessness is, it's not really, it wasn't really that great. But definitely, I'd say give it a shot if you guys want. I mean, it's up to you, and tell me what you guys thought about the game. Next up, we have Metal Gear Solid. This game, I wasted a lot of time in this game. This game is actually really good, but it sucks that Kojima wasn't able to finish the game properly, so I dropped the game. It sucks that he wasn't able to finish the game properly. I just hope that in the future, like, he gets the rights to this game or something, because I mean, I know he didn't want to make the game in the first place, but you can definitely tell that this game is unfinished. But it is a very great game. What he was going for, I couldn't imagine what could have came out of it. It would have been amazing. So Stardew Valley, think of Harvest Moon. If you guys are fans of the Harvest Moon games, this is one to pick up. Bloodborne. If you couldn't get enough of Dark Souls, that's your game. Next up, we have Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter, if you guys don't know what Street Fighter is, I don't know what to tell you. Arcade edition right now is like 40 bucks. And then we have King of Fighters 14. I actually really like this game. I actually do. It does have a small learning curve to it that a lot of people might find difficult, but it is probably one of my favorite fighting games out there, right next to Street Fighter. It just doesn't get a lot of attention, so online's kind of dead sometimes. Horizon Zero Dawn, I can't really tell you guys much about this. I never finished the game. I will one day though. Next up, we have Final Fantasy 15. They updated this game a lot. It's definitely not the same game that I played when I first reviewed the game, but for what it was and what it did. I'm trying to see like if something got scratched off or something. Final Fantasy 15, it's one of those games that, oh crap. Yeah, it did start getting scratched off. Like the word started getting scratched off. Oh well, better be careful. Final Fantasy 15 is one of those games that I will say that it was in development hell, but I'm happy that it got released. Even though that it wasn't the best release, I still appreciated what was finished of it. So I really did enjoy it. Dissidia NT, they've updated the game as time has gone on. It's probably a way better game that it like right now than it was back then, because first impressions for this game was just terrible for me. Wow, all my Final Fantasy games are right here actually. Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age, the best version of Final Fantasy 12. This one actually came out back in like 2008 in Japan or 2009. We just didn't get a release over here in America, because Final Fantasy 12 came out during a time when I think it was like the Xbox 360 and PS3 were coming out, so we didn't really get to, you know, it didn't get a lot of attention, or the attention that it deserved. Then we have Final Fantasy X and X-2. 10 is probably like my third favorite Final Fantasy, but definitely very nostalgic and probably has my favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack of all time. And you know what, come to think of it, if you guys have never played a Final Fantasy game, I think 10 is the right place to start. Alright, so we're coming down to like the last games here. We have Yakuza 6. Definitely, if you haven't played the other Yakuza games, I recommend that you play 0 first and then jump into like the other ones. 6 kind of concludes, like, it ties all of them together. It's really good. I like 6 a lot. I was a little disappointed though in the climax, because the climax, it wasn't really that big, but I did enjoy the game. The story was like, man, if I could talk about, I need to review that game. I really do. I never finished it, but I never finished the review. I finished the game, I just never finished the review. But there's just so much I would have to say about the game that I just don't think I could put it all in one video, or the video would end up being like an hour long. Then we have Kiwami. It's a remake of Yakuza 1. Definitely play this one after 0. It's not the best game, but I do appreciate the remaster, and they did update it quite a bit. Then we have Yakuza 0. Out of all the Yakuza games, this one's my favorite. It's like the perfect bread and butter to the Yakuza series. For people who are trying to jump into the series, this is where you need to start. This is a prequel to all the Yakuza games, and it just kind of lets you know where the series is going to go and like where to draw your attention in the series. So definitely, if you haven't played a Yakuza game, you start on this one. This is the one to start at. Then we have one of my guilty pleasures right here. It's Earth Defense Force 4.1. It's a terrible game, but it's so good. I freaking love it. It's just, think like fighting giant monsters and kaijus or whatever. Like, it's aliens and giant ants. It's awesome. Jump in it with friends. It is a terrible game, but it's so good. I really love it. Then I think we have my Final Fantasy collection, 14 collection. I have Heaven's Ward somewhere, but it is Final Fantasy 14 Online. It's probably one of my favorite MMOs out there. Definitely, there's a lot to do in it. If you guys haven't played Final Fantasy 14 Online, give that game a shot. Right next to World of Warcraft, I think it's the second best MMO out there. So definitely, I really think you guys should give that one a shot. And I think that this is my last game that I have for the PlayStation 4, other than like some digital content, but that's Mortal Kombat X. I just got this one recently. It's okay. It's not my big thing. I think the character roster, it's not the best. It's not the best character roster. I do think that MK9 had a better character roster than this one, even with all the DLC on this one. So that's just my opinion though. So, Mortal Kombat. And I think that is it, guys. That's my entire PlayStation 4 collection. I just needed to put them in stacks. Like I said, I organized them by genre. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. This is all my PlayStation 4 games out here. I feel like there's a couple more that I'm missing. I just don't know where they are. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is what I've gotten so far. I really did not start collecting for the PlayStation 4 on purpose. It was an accident. But the other day, I was at the store and I picked up Mortal Kombat X, and I was just like, you know, wait. Now that I started thinking about it, I was just like, I have a lot of the PlayStation 4 games, and as I came home, because I'm trying to collect for the Sega Genesis, like that's my major retro console I'm trying to collect for, but I'm kind of like a little behind right now with money, so I'm not really collecting for it like right now, just when I find something cheap and something that I want to play. And I just noticed that the PlayStation 4 games are getting really cheap, so I was just like, you know what, I actually do have quite a bit of PlayStation 4 games that I've played and I've enjoyed, and I've actually built up a collection out of it. So this is my PlayStation 4 collection so far. If there's any games out there that you guys think I should add to my collection, or games I should try out, let me know. For the majority of these games, I have beaten the majority of them, except for the select few that I've told you guys that I haven't beaten. But definitely, guys, let me know what your thoughts on the collection video. Do you guys want to see more collection videos like this? Do you want to see my NES collection or something? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell icon. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Remember, guys, when you guys are gaming, power up.